You are listening to Feed Your Mind, and we're going to discuss what is beneath the flat earth. So what is beneath the ground that we walk on every day, the surface of the earth? Well, it turns out no one has ever explored more than 8 miles beneath the earth, and it seems to be pretty much impossible for anyone to explore more than 8 miles beneath the earth, because the farthest anyone has ever drilled turns out to be 8 miles, because the drill stopped working after that. And this is verified information. And as far as the oceans, well, the farthest anyone has ever explored beneath the oceans, well, it turns out to be 7 miles. And that was a record-breaking 7 miles done by Cameron. I believe he's the movie producer from Avatar. And then as far as caves, well, the farthest anyone has recorded a cave going is about 8 miles, somewhere around there. And you can look all this stuff up yourself. I mean, the farthest anyone has ever gone beneath the earth is 8 miles. The deepest cave, the deepest ocean, the deepest drill. So for no one to know what's beneath 8 miles, it seems to be like no one is allowed beneath 8 miles. And I recall a movie called 9 Miles Down, and that was a movie about some type of hell that was beneath the 8th mile, which would be the 9th mile. And that's strange that the movie was called 9 Miles Down, and we don't know what's beyond 8 miles beneath the ground that we walk on. But there's been all types of reports of things beneath the earth. I mean, so when it comes to like the hollow earth theory, well, that's actually just what's beneath the earth, because there is reports of something beneath us. There's been reports of whole cities beneath us, and I don't think it's anything good beneath us either. I think it's kind of like what's above us is apparently heaven, literally, and what is beneath us is apparently the opposite of heaven.
Our faith teaches us that there is a heaven, and because there is such a place, there must exist such a place as hell. But what our teachings omitted, Paul, is that hell and this place are one and the same. We exist in a space that blurs the damned and the living.
Which is us.
Yes.
There seems to be a place of fiery destruction. From what I've been reading up on, I mean, there's been all types of talks about below being a literal hell, and there's been reports of like a physical realm underneath us, and this physical place that's supposedly underneath us is where they say a lot of the abducted children go, and the people that just go missing and all types of stuff like that. Well, they end up underneath the earth, and the alien abductions and all that, they all end up underneath the earth. And it seems like there's some type of a physical presence under the earth, not just a spiritual presence. And there definitely seems to be a physical layer beneath the surface of the earth. And that physical layer is what many call the hollow earth. And they think it's inside of the earth, which makes little sense, because that situation would have to be insane for there to be upside down people on an upside down world. I mean, the explanation of gravity on the outside of the globe is difficult enough to comprehend, let alone interior globe structure where people can live. So it makes no sense for there to be a hollow earth, but it's actually a plane, another flat plane, just like above. So below there seems to be a flat plane, or it could be the deepest cave systems that are inhabited, because the cave system seems to be inhabited by all types of, probably the fallen ones. What we consider aliens are actually fallen demons.
You saw hell?
I saw the pit, the black pit open up between me, and I saw the little demons next to me that I used to think were aliens, but they're demons.
There's definitely seems to be some type of physical realm underneath the earth. And I believe things are being abducted there. Children and people are being abducted to this underground area beneath the earth. They said there's actually an Illuminati city underneath the earth, another plane of existence. And they're in a different plane, and it's probably layers beneath that too as well. So it probably goes deeper and deeper until you get to a point where you're terminated. I believe there's a fiery place under there. Lava suggests that there's a fiery place beneath us. But also oil. I mean, oil is just a strange thing, because they're just pumping it out of the ground nonstop, and they try to tell you it's from dinosaur remains. Can you believe that? I mean, dinosaur remains, that's what we're driving our cars on? I don't think so. Oil is underneath the earth. That's where they're getting that stuff from. And it seems to have some type of qualities to it that is helping mankind. So maybe this stuff is actually running this machine that we call Earth. Maybe this Earth is more technical than we could have ever imagined. We don't know. I mean, that could be oil to run the Earth, you know? They said there's possibly a heating and cooling system. You know, that's just what it's looking like. There's oil. I mean, the oil is a lubricant for something down there. And we don't know if this place is more mechanical than we could have ever imagined. We just see what's on the surface of the earth and the magical powers of growing things out of dirt and stuff like that. We witness all that on the surface, but what's beneath the earth could be a whole nother experience. And there seems to be a lot going on underneath the earth. And they've called it the underworld. They've called it Sheol. They've called it hell. And there's even audio of some screaming people, and they claim that this audio was real. You know, it could be. They're screaming and begging for their life, and they seem like they're in torture. So it seems like a lot of torture and stuff going on under there. So underneath the earth, it doesn't seem like a good place. What's above the earth seems to be a lot better place. So there seems to be realms where maybe we can earn our way to the higher planes of existence instead of the lower planes of existence. And before I get out of here, let's go back to what I said about lava. So let's go a little bit deeper into that. And we got to start rethinking what lava is. I mean, I guess it's what, melted rock or something, you would guess, or molten something. I mean, something's going on underneath the earth that's heating up this lava. And everything we know about the globe Earth is now false information. So now that we don't really know what is underneath the Earth more than 8 miles, you can't say that lava is a direct result of this or that. We got to come up with new ideas, and we got to rethink all this stuff now, because these scientists base their final conclusions off of false information. So now we got to rethink all of this stuff about lava. What is lava? You know, what is oil? And then if you guys have any thoughts on what you think oil is and lava, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'd like to see what you guys think about it. But they definitely say oil is all over beneath us, and it's like not just limited to Iraq and Saudi Arabia and stuff. It's really all over beneath us, the entire surface of the flat plane. So there seems to be no shortage of oil underneath us. So they can say that and tell you, oh, we ran out of oil, but I don't really buy it. Whatever that stuff is under there, we don't know what it is, and it's not what we've been told it is. So here's some scriptures that I found. Revelations 5:3 says, "And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon." So let's go to Philippians 2:10-11, and it says that at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. So under the earth seems to come up a couple times in the Bible. So thanks for tuning in. This has been another episode of Feed Your Mind.